Welcome to the sixth episode of the Sideline podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Derek Perez, alongside.
Francisco Marinas, and let's get straight into it.
Week 4 football was once again an insane amount of upsets. One of the crazier NFL seasons we've seen in a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess let's just get straight into it.
Yep.
First game of the week was the Bengals versus the Panthers.
Service team actually got a win. Oh my god.
And it was a close one against the Panthers.
Against the Panthers. Oh my god.
Mike Gesicki, 0 touches. Chase Brown legacy game. Jamar Chase with that 80-yard touchdown. Was it 80 or 60? I don't know. An even number there. Yeah, a great performance by the Bengals overall.
I think it was a mid performance. Like their defense is not holding up
You know,
at
look,
all.
a great offensive performance by the Bengals this week.
Offensive, yeah, offensive. That defense is gonna be a problem in the future once they play against good teams.
There's a reason they started off the season 0-3.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, there's not much to say there. Next up, the Saints versus the Falcons.
Franco, what happened?
Crazy upset.
Not even an upset. I was high on the Falcons.
Yeah, but even after a loss to the Eagles, you don't expect the Saints to show up that bad.
They weren't that bad.
They were pretty. You're playing the Falcons. I know they're on a tear right now, but they weren't on a tear at that point. That's what started the tear.
Well, I mean, what do you mean the game before against the?
They lost to the Chiefs.
No, I'm talking to about the Falcons.
Yeah, they lost to the Chiefs before that.
The Falcons beat the Eagles.
No, the Eagles beat the Saints. No, but they beat the Eagles, but then they lost to the Chiefs. No,
The Falcons?
Yeah.
The Falcons haven't played the Chiefs.
Yes, they have.
No, they
Talked
haven't.
about picking Kirk Cousins over Patrick Mahomes, and there was the flag in the end zone that would cost the Falcons the game. I don't know what you're on about.
Oh snap! Yeah, you're right. You are extremely right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Fantasy football knowledge right there.
Am I not ahead of you in both our leagues that we're together?
Not in both. Not in both.
We're tied in one of the leagues. Okay.
No, we're not tied.
We are.
I'm literally up. I'm checking right now. I'm gonna show the camera.
You're 2-2.
Look who's up.
Oh, look who's played so far. Your quarterback and my kicker.
It doesn't matter. I'm up. You lied.
Your quarterback and my kicker scored 50.
I still have a 52% chance of winning. You have 48.
According to my calculations, I don't care.
Actually, no, I cannot say that on the podcast.
What? That 2 was good?
No. Yeah, I'll crop that out.
Okay,
What's next?
next up, the Falcons and Texans game. Texans barely won that. Surprising. Played pretty badly against the Jaguars.
Oh, but you didn't say the Jaguar. Wait, what?
Yeah, Texans
Not in
and
the
Jaguars.
wrong week.
It's week 4.
No, it's the Jaguars and the Texans, not the Falcons and the Texans.
I said Jaguars.
Oh my god, bro! You literally said the Falcons.
I said Jaguar. No. We're roll that back.
Next up, the Falcons and Texans game.
Put the clown hat on. Dun, 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 dun. Like I have it here. I wouldn't say the Falcons.
Next up, the Falcons and Texans game.
He said the Falcons.
I did not say the Falcons.
Next up, the Falcons and Texans game.
He said, the next up, the Falcons and Texans.
I said Jaguars and Texans.
Next up, the Falcons and Texans game.
No, then you said the Jaguars. Jaguars.
Nah. You owe me. Whoever's right owes the other one the fantasy win this week. That's fair. Getting past that, Jaguars versus Texans. Yeah, the Texans. Their offense was a little bit shaky. Their defense was a little bit shaky. Jaguars still mid, like always.
I think the Texans, even though they won, they underperformed.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to explain it. They could have done better defensively. They could have done better offensively. They showed holes, which they really didn't last season. They obviously lost. They didn't. They looked like one of the better up-and-coming teams. In this game, they didn't show that.
Yeah.
They showed like most of the flaws in this game. Like the Jaguars did a good job exposing that. They just can't win if you don't have a quarterback.
They do have a quarterback. Trevor
Trevor
Lawrence
Lawrence doesn't count.
doesn't got. He
The
doesn't
way he's been
exist.
playing this season, I haven't seen Trevor Lawrence since November of last year.
So he doesn't exist anymore.
Doesn't exist anymore. After these couple performances, he doesn't exist anymore.
Dang. Okay.
So he's there with Mike Williams and J.K. Dobbins
Yeah, in the trenches.
in the trenches.
You know what's crazy? None of them have gotten injured so far. That's the crazy part.
Who was the other one? There's one more person we said didn't exist.
Oh, who Tua?
Next up, the Broncos versus the Jets.
Bro, how do bro? What kind of sorcery is this?
Bro,
No shot.
this is black magic, bro. This is Andrew Shaw's black magic.
This is important. There was an improbable. Bo Nix had 60 passing yards that all went to Cortland Sutton, and they still won the game.
And the Jets missed the field goal. It was just everything went.
Oh,
Everything went for the Broncos to win this one.
Now my Jets were my sneaky Super Bowl like winner, but like if you're losing to the Broncos like this, come on, you're not even gonna make the playoffs anymore.
Toodle Jets, nah, none of that.
Toodle, bye playoffs.
Yeah, the Broncos are looking somewhat good, I guess.
Only Devontae Adams can save the Jets now.
No, the only person that can save the Jets is Bill Belichick.
Okay, moving on. Vikings versus Packers. I chose the Vikings. He chose the Packers because of Jordan Love.
No, I didn't even think Jordan Love was playing. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't know he was officially back. He was questionable all week. I picked the Packers because of their defense. And their defense really did show up towards the end of the game. They just Jordan Love had,
after giving up 31 points. That's called showing up.
But Jordan Love wasn't helping them whatsoever. They were on the field like 80% of the entire first half.
He's still giving 29 points though.
What?
29 points though.
Yes, because Jordan Love was turning the ball over left and right, not giving the defense a break. You could have the best defense, but if your offense is only out there for 30 seconds at a time, it doesn't mean anything because your defense is exhausted. When Jordan Love did finally settle in, look what happened. They scored, what was the final score? 29 points?
29-31 Vikings.
Yeah, they scored 29 points, and the defense only allowed 3 points. That's what the real Packers should look like. I think this was a good sign for the Packers' future and a bad for the Vikings. I don't care.
Bad for the Vikings?
Because when the Packers finally did settle in,
4-0.
Okay.
Bad sign?
When they finally play a healthy team, right? Because the 49ers, they play hospitalized. They played the Giants. Forget who the 3-0 team was. But now they played the Packers, right? Who didn't have the real Jordan Love, I guess you could say, for the first half because he wasn't settled in. Once he did settle in, he threw 29 yards ahead, and the defense only allowed 3 points. Xavier McKinney, Jair Alexander, all these guys locked up the Vikings offense.
So you're punishing them for Jordan. So you're punishing the Vikings because the quarterback for the other team wasn't locked in?
No, I'm just saying. How am I punishing the Vikings? I'm just saying they're not
basically
as good as
calling them
advertised.
pretenders.
They're not contenders. They're pretenders, in my opinion. And I'll stick by that. I'll stand by that.
They've been looking so good. Sam Darnold actually looks like a real quarterback now.
We'll get to the best quarterback in the NFL soon.
Skylar Thompson isn't even starting anymore.
I'm talking about him.
Okay.
Next up, my favorite game of the week: Patriots versus the 49ers.
Your favorite game of the week? Didn't you predict the Patriots to win though?
Yeah, but the Patriots lost. I said sadly, but they happily lost. So this is one of my favorite games of the week.
All I care about was
all the 49ers question. This is what I don't like, bro. Everybody's questionable until the last second. Either they play or they don't, right?
Nah, really? You either play or you don't.
But when I predict these players are gonna play, they don't play. When I say they're not gonna play, they do play. That's what happened with the 49ers. Debo back, George Kittle was back. Didn't predict them two to be back. They came back and they did what was expected.
Yeah, yeah. That was before all of them were projected back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
but
I was getting. Oh yeah, that's with a healthy team, even without Christian McCaffrey. That's the expected result.
yeah, yeah. Sadly,
Next up, the Commanders versus the Cardinals. I told
bro.
you, man,
Oh
this is the
my God.
clown pick of the week.
Yeah. Kyler Murray. Come on. That was such a terrible game by the defense. Terrible game by the offense.
Uh,
Nothing went
how about
right.
we give props to Jaden Love here? Jaden Love,
Jaden Love.
Jaden Daniels.
I'm not giving props to him yet, just yet,
Why not?
because he was put in a perfect system, especially for his
So
play
why
style.
aren't we complimenting the coaching for doing a good job and setting him up well for a good future?
Because the Commanders fans are racist, so I don't like them. I'm not giving props to nobody.
That was just the politicians in Washington D.C. There was not the fans.
Didn't they like give like one of their like best draft picks in history? What's his name? The one that got shot in Miami, Sean Taylor.
Sure.
They gave him the worst statue possibly in NFL history. That's complete disrespect.
So that's your reasoning
Yeah, I don't respect the Commanders at all.
because of a statue. It's the thought that counts.
And the racism. They named their team the Redskins, for crying out loud. The Redskins. They
Fire.
called Indians the Redskins.
That's fire.
That's fire.
It's fire.
We're gonna get canceled now. We're gonna get canceled.
You see, like
My
it's
podcast.
fire because they were red. Like the fire made them red.
The racism is crazy. Okay. Moving on. Speaking of Native Americans, Chiefs versus Chargers.
Speaking of Native Americans, what?
Yeah, the Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, okay. I see where you did. Yeah, give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs.
Give me the Chiefs after the
Yeah, the Chiefs had a great game. I don't know why I thought we were doing predictions.
great game. They lost their top receiver. That's not a great game. That's not.
But even they had a great game, not including that. We'll get to that now.
Patrick
But
Mahomes took
overall,
out his star receiver, bro. Nah.
he went down. You gotta give Xavier Worthy them touches to win Rookie of the Year. It's the storyline.
Oh my God.
Um, I need to give Carson Steele a piece of my mind. Negative 0.4 fantasy points, bro.
Should have picked up Kareem Hunt.
Negative 0.4 fantasy points.
Why are you starting him anyways? Don't you have anybody better to be starting than Carson Steele?
My entire team's in the IR.
Aren't most of your players on the IR except McCaffrey like wide receivers?
Hey, but then remember now I did trades at the time. I fleeced the Jonglers.
The Jonkler?
Yeah.
Why so serious?
But yeah.
No, cut that out. Cut that out. There was no aura.
I'm not cutting that out.
No. Oh my God.
Yeah. Other than
Chargers played like everyone projected them to.
yeah, the Chargers were just doing Charger things. J.K. Dobbins
brought back down to earth.
Yeah. He's finally
Doesn't exist anymore. His existence is starting to slowly fade away.
And I'm never looking at Carson Steele the same again. He's now one of my least liked NFL players.
You like him more than Tua?
What?
Yeah, because isn't Tua like you said he was one of your most hated like NFL players? So is Tua your number one most hated?
Nah. It's Brian Flores. We don't like Brian Flores around these streets.
Okay, next up, Browns versus Raiders.
Who's Brian Flores? Let's see if you know.
Brian Flores. He's a UFC fighter.
Oh my God, bro. He's the former head coach of the Dolphins. This is some casual football knowledge over here.
Casual foot. The Dolphins haven't won anything since like 2001.
He's getting memed on left and right everywhere you look. He got memed on for
Those are
years.
getting memed on everywhere I look. So like, I don't know who to memorize. I don't know. All I know is the Dolphins have the longest playoff win drought in NFL history. So yeah,
I'm like this close to kicking me from the meeting.
from the meeting.
Yeah, from the meeting.
I'm this close to beating you in fantasy. So yeah, W come back.
What's the next thing? Let's see real quick.
It was Browns versus Raiders. We got off topic. The Raiders.
Browns versus
20
Raiders.
20-16. The Browns defense, like I predicted them to be the number one defense, and they just crumbled apart. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Can't even lie. They did horrible. The Browns have been
Can't lie.
horrible all year.
It's
They're
on tape.
looking like the worst team in the NFL. Literally, that's what they're playing like. All they did was get one win. I think it was on week 2, and then crumbled ever since.
Yeah, and the Raiders, even without Devontae Adams, gonna probably get a second round pick for him. Jacoby Myers looked all right. Trey, what's his name? Trey Jones.
Who
Trey,
we talking about?
the Raiders receiver. I know
Devontae
his first
Adams.
name's Trey. Yeah, he went crazy, and Brock Bowers had a lackluster game, but he'll pick up probably next week.
Probably this week against the Broncos, which we'll get into later.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Next week.
Yeah.
And yeah, tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Next up is the Bills and the Ravens.
Yeah, that's terrible. I picked the Bills.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Justice Hill to go crazy. So
Justice Hill ruined my fantasy year.
how many points did he get? Like 21?
He had like almost 30, bro.
Oh my god. Just be better.
Wow.
Just be better.
Just be better.
Give up less points.
Yeah, I guess when this is something I have to talk about. I just remembered. This is what happens when the Ravens use Derrick Henry. When the Ravens use Derrick Henry, they score points. They look like one of the better teams in the NFL. When they don't use Derrick Henry, they look like they did in week 1 versus the Chiefs. They look like they did in week 2, whatever. All these games, they didn't look great. Now they finally use Derrick Henry and they looked amazing.
Yeah. Amen to that. Next up, Titans versus Dolphins. Going back, episode 1, episode 2, when we were doing our first week predictions, I remember specifically Derek said the Titans were his projected sneaky, no, not even sneaky, the projected worst team in the NFL. And you know what's crazy? Even with Will Levis as quarterback, 31 points. 31 points on the Dolphins' head. And you can't blame Tua because it's on the defense. So, what do you have to say, Mr. Derek Perez?
Okay, so this comes back to what I was saying about the Vikings, right? If your offense can't stay on the floor, your defense is gonna get exhausted. And that's why the Titans put up points. The defense was out there 24/7 and they couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
They're
but how do you
exhausted out there? If you're playing 40 minutes out of not 40 minutes, it's not 40 minutes, it's 48 minutes out of a 60-minute game, you're gonna get exhausted.
Wouldn't it be the same thing for the Titans though? Their offense is terrible.
But it's not the same playing offense and defense. Do you get more tired running away from someone or chasing someone? It's just an honest question. Chasing
Depends
someone.
who's chasing.
It's
Depends who's
psychological.
chasing. Depends who's chasing.
Okay. The answer is when you're chasing someone, when you're running after someone, when you're defending someone. Defending someone is more tiring than scoring on someone.
You know what's crazy? You have to go into these ultra specific, psychological things to make up an excuse for the Dolphins getting whooped by the worst team in the NFL. That's crazy.
The worst team in the NFL is the Browns.
The Browns? Nah, I think even the Browns will beat the Dolphins. I'm so serious. Mew, mew, mew. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, Will Levis still didn't really look that great. It was kind of a fluky game, but still beat the Dolphins, so I'm happy for him. Next up,
then
Seahawks.
we have the Amon-Ra quarterback legacy game.
Seahawks versus Lions. This actually won me my fantasy week. Amon-Ra throwing a touchdown to Jared Goff.
How many people won their league because Jared Goff got a receiving touchdown?
Oh my god. The Seahawks didn't even look that bad too. It's just that the
The
lines are
Lions looked
crazy.
amazing. They were running random Amon Ra touchdown trick plays out there. They're playing
Yeah,
free. They're
Amon
playing with
Ross
the
had
Lions.
had like two assists now. One from a throwing touchdown, and he gave him Jameer Gibbs the little like toss
Yeah.
in week 3 against the Cardinals. Wait, the Cardinals? Yeah, against the Cardinals.
Mhm. Yeah, they looked amazing out there, bro. There's nothing else to say. They were playing free. They were playing like we expect the Lions to play.
Kenneth Walker, 3 touchdowns, coming right back from an oblique injury that he's probably gonna be injured for again.
Yeah. Glad I sold on him high.
So you're saying you fleece someone?
Yeah.
Who'd you fleece?
The Jonkers.
The Jonkler. Who'd you get in return for Kenneth Walker?
Travis Etienne, Zach Charbonnet, and Sam Laporta.
So you're basically getting still pretty good running back, still a tight end who's underperforming, but he's still in a really great offense, and basically Kenneth Walker himself.
Basically.
Oh my god. What kind of sorcery did you put on that man?
Mike Gesicki.
Mike Gesicki?
Mm.
Okay, so going now to Thursday Night Football, Buccaneers versus Falcons. Absolutely amazing game.
Yeah,
It showed
this was one of the funnest games I've seen all year. Kirk Cousins. We got to talk about Kirk Cousins real quick.
Kirk Cochain.
516 yards. Kirk Chains out here looking amazing. Drake London, I think it was 3 touchdowns. They said 3 touchdowns. Bijan was neglected, but hey, you got Kirk Cousins playing like that.
Kirk
You can
Cousins.
you can neglect him as much as you want.
Yeah.
Um,
Ray McLeod.
and then the Buccaneers. They also looked great out there.
Yeah, really good game from both teams.
Baker Mayfield, best quarterback in the NFL, can't convince me otherwise at this point.
Wait, didn't Baker Mayfield lose to the Broncos though?
Didn't Kirk Cousins lose to the Steelers?
They're acting like the Steelers like use some voodoo magic
The
to like
Steelers are frauds.
the Steelers find any way to go 9-8. Like it's impossible for them not to go 9-8.
Yeah, I guess you're right there.
Yes, so next week, first game, Jets versus Vikings. Well, tomorrow, technically.
Give me the Vikings. The Jets.
Yeah, the Vikings have been really hot. I'm not gonna.
Even with me saying the Vikings are fraud, the Jets are even more of a fraud. They committed tax fraud, identity fraud. They committed all types of fraud. Yeah, give me the Vikings here.
So being 5-0 counts as a pretender though. 5-0 is crazy. They would have to go like they would have to do some like Dolphins type stuff to miss the playoffs.
No, they're gonna make the playoffs and then just lose in the first round.
But still, like considering their like projections at the start of the season, that's pretty good.
Okay, that doesn't mean they're contenders though.
They can contend.
No, not really. They're gonna get eliminated in the first round. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the Vikings too. The Vikings have been really hot. They probably have the best defense in the NFL right now. Yeah.
Next up, the Bears versus the Panthers.
Give me the this kind of tough though because the Bears don't have the best offense, but their defense is actually like really solid, and the Panthers have like their offense is.
You know what? I'm gonna go first when I become the bandwagon. Give me the Bears. Thought this one was pretty easy. Panthers can't put up. They can't defend. They don't have defense. The Browns have good defense. They could put up points defensively. Not the Browns. I don't know why I said the Browns. I meant the Bears. The Bears could have points defensively. They have a solid offense that could put up points on the Panthers' horrible defense. It's a bad matchup for the Panthers. Give me the Bears.
Give me the Panthers. They've been pretty hot on offense, so I'll just bet. I'll just bank that they'll score more points than they give up.
But they'll give up points by throwing pick sixes.
No.
Yeah, I guess you could do that. Next up, the Commanders versus the Browns.
Commander, come on. We both have to agree here. It's obviously Commanders.
No, give me the Browns.
You're getting the clown hat just for saying
Commanders, but Commanders.
Oh, okay.
I'm high on the Commanders this season.
Jaden Daniels about to come for you.
Yeah, give me the Commanders by like 4 touchdowns, bro.
Yeah, the Commanders are about to cook that Browns defense.
I think we should skip this next game and leave it for last.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
Next game, the Colts versus the Jaguars.
If Anthony Richardson is playing, give me the Jaguars. If he's not, then give me the Colts.
Is it crazy to say the exact opposite? If Joe Flacco was playing, give me the Colts.
I'm pretty sure Joe Flacco is playing.
If Joe Flacco was playing, give me the Colts. If it's Anthony Richardson, give me the Jaguars.
That's literally what I said.
No, it's not. You said if Anthony Richardson is playing, to pick the Jaguars.
Yeah,
No,
that's
oh,
yeah,
we agree.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, woo. Yeah, it's because I just dislike Anthony Richardson's play style with this Colts team so much.
Yeah, he's not a good fit. Look at Joe Flacco. What he did with Michael Pittman.
Yeah,
That's how the Colts need to play.
exactly.
Next up, the Bills versus the Texans.
Oh, this is actually a really solid game.
Give me
I'm
the
gonna go on
Bills.
a limb and say it's gonna be the Texans.
Mm, I'm taking the Bills.
It's really a 50-50 game.
I'm taking the
Josh Allen
Bills.
may or may not go for like
Taking the
300
Bills
yards.
because the Texans have been somewhat underperforming as of late versus the Vikings. Last week versus the Jaguars, the Bills have been, even though they lost to the Ravens, they've been pretty hot. So I'll take the Bills in this one. Even though I'm rooting for the Texans, I'll pick the Bills.
I think the Texans will like find some way to win this game this week.
That's fair enough. I hope they do. Ravens versus Bengals.
Uh, I think I'll
Don't even think about it. Give me the Ravens.
yeah, Ravens. I overthought that too
Even
much.
if even if Derrick Henry doesn't get the ball like he did last week, which
They will give him.
even
Definitely.
I think that would be a huge mistake. But even if they don't, the Bengals defense is bad enough for Lamar Jackson to throw for 4 touchdowns.
Not even he can't throw 4 touchdowns. That's like not even possible. Run 4 touchdowns, rush for 4 touchdowns.
Same.
Yeah.
Um,
3 touchdown game. Cardinals versus 49ers.
you completely skipped over a game.
Actually, no, I didn't. No one wants to hear about that game.
No, just like don't even like talk about it. Raiders or Broncos? Who do you want to pick?
These are such two stinky teams. I guess I'll maybe choose the Broncos just because they've won 2 weeks in a
Last
row.
2 games, yeah. I was gonna say the
Yeah.
same thing. But let's just
So
move on quickly, like you said.
yeah.
Um,
Andrew
49ers to the Cardinals.
49ers. Yeah. They got most people healthy. Yeah.
Yeah. Trent Williams is still out, I think.
McCaffrey's still out.
Christian McCaffrey's still
They'll
out,
still
but
win.
yeah,
They're too
The Cardinals have not been hot. They're the opposite. They're cold as of late. They
hot
haven't been
take.
good.
IU goes for 2 touchdowns. Gets his first good game of the season.
You're not saying that because you truly believe it. You're saying it because you're trying to manifest it to beat me in fantasy.
What? No. I saw it on a flock league. His like snap shares and like the percentages of his targets, they're gonna be different this week because of the Cardinals defense.
Sure.
If you don't trust flock fantasy, you're not a real fantasy player.
Nah, I just trust my instinct.
Didn't your instincts in a week 2 say that the Saints will lose to the Cowboys?
No, my instinct says the Saints would beat the Cowboys, but I went against my gut.
Exactly.
But my gut told I literally said on the podcast, my gut
No,
said
your gut said to go, but your instincts told you. Flaw armor.
no, my gut is my instinct. My brain told me to go with the Cowboys. My brain is a little dumb, but my instinct is good. Giants versus Seahawks.
Seahawks. The Seahawks looked so good last week.
Without Malik Neighbors, the Giants are nothing. Give me the Seahawks.
No, but even with Malik Neighbors, the Seahawks played like
with Malik Neighbors, there is a debate for the Giants. Without Malik Neighbors, there is no debate. Give me the Seahawks or whatever they want.
Nah, even with Malik Neighbors, he's not gonna do good. The only problem is that the Seahawks do have like 5 of their best players on defense injured. So
without Malik, exactly.
Yeah,
that's
Malik
the reason
Neighbors,
you have the debate for Malik Neighbors when he's playing. But since he's not playing, they don't have anything. Darius Slayton is not gonna go for 400 yards and 2 touchdowns.
You just skipped over Wandale Robinson.
I don't care. Next up, Packers versus Rams. Give me the
Packers versus.
Packers. Rams are still in the IR completely.
Give me the Rams and hot take Tutu Atwell goes for 100 plus yards and a touchdown.
What happened to I don't want Tutu Atwell for I don't even know who I was trying to trade for. Evan Ingram. No,
That's
you
a
want Tutu
terrible
Atwell
trade.
for
I
Evan
already, I
Ingram.
already have like 5 to 6 wide receivers.
You want Tutu Atwell for Evan Ingram though.
No, Evan Ingram's gonna be a top 3 tight end by the end of the year.
Yeah, but I'm also giving you Isaiah Likely, top 6 tight end at the moment. Yeah, give me the.
Speaking of this game, this is also gonna be a good week for the tight end Kobe Parkinson for the Rams too.
You just give me the Packers to win via pick 6.
Via pick 6. Jair Alexander Glaze is crazy.
I say the same thing every week.
until it finally hits. Until
It already did hit once. Not this last week versus the Vikings, the week before.
Got the game-winning pick?
Huh? Not game winning, but in the fourth quarter.
Nah, but that's not game-winning pick though.
It won in the game. Without that, they would have lost.
Wasn't a game winner though, so no.
Hold up. We gotta get back to where we're at. Next up, Cowboys versus Steelers.
Yep. This is also between two stinky teams that I don't really like.
Two teams with a lot of plot armor.
Yeah. Well, the Steelers don't even have plot armor. They just like finish. I don't know how to explain it.
I'm gonna take Black Magic over plot armor. I'm taking the Steelers.
I'll take the Cowboy. I'll take the real plot armor, boys.
Yeah, there's not much to say there. Just yeah. Well, he said they're two pretty mid teams. Well, the Cowboys are injured. The Steelers aren't.
No, but also about this game, Jalen Tolbert has like a chance to have a major breakout game because Brandon Cooks is injured, so he's gonna get around.
TJ Watt has a chance to go for like 30 sacks.
Yeah,
According to your
crazy
analytics. Next up, the Saints versus the Chiefs.
Game of the week. Even with Rashid Rice and Isaiah Pacheco injured, I'll still give it to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I must stick with the Chiefs too. The Saints, they've been pretty cold. They lost to the Falcons last week. They lost to the Eagles the week before that. The momentum is with the Chiefs, not the Saints. Even without Rashid Rice, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like sit here and choose against Patrick Mahomes, especially without a loss this season.
Yeah, and then last but not least, the 49ers versus the Seahawks. Thursday Night Football.
Hey, on my birthday, let's go. Birthday game.
I'll let you pick first then.
For my birthday, I want Brandon Ayuk to give me five touchdowns, so I'll take the 49ers.
Yeah, I'll take the 49ers too.
No, but all seriousness, I
have the Seahawks coming off of back-to-back losses at this point, assuming they lose this week. To who is it again? No, they win. No, hold up. They're beating the Giants this week. So maybe they do have a good chance, but I'll still stick with the 49ers if they're healthy. Yeah. Like I said 49ers, Juwan Jennings legacy game. Any of these guys have a legacy game, they're winning by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. Okay, next up. We did skip over this game earlier, but it's our game of the week. Dolphins versus Patriots.
I think we know who you muted yourself.
Patriots!
Bro, you got so loud, the thing literally muted you, bro.
Patriots!
Yeah, fins out, bro.
Fins up. 1-3 record, and we weren't even trying to tank.
Well, honestly, bro, just trade the whole team at this point, but we're still good enough to beat the Patriots.
How are you going to beat the Patriots? Without a good defense or offense? We at least have a good defense.
Tyler Huntley finally locks in and plays like Lamar Jackson. 3 rushing touchdowns by Tyler Huntley.
Rushing touchdowns?
Rushing touchdowns. And then a Tyreek Hill jet sweep. We're winning 31-13.
Nah, Tyreek Hill's going to get locked up by Christian Gonzalez.
Now, honestly, though, I'd still think 31-13. Not Tyler Huntley, 3 touchdowns. A Devon A-Chain long run. A Tyreek Hill jet sweep, maybe short pass that turns into 70.
Do you not realize that you guys got held to 13 points?
Let me talk. I'm cooking.
13 points by the Titans.
I'm cooking. Let me finish cooking.
You're leaving the food cold. You're not cooking.
I'm muting you. Okay, Devon Achane is gonna go for a crazy run at some point in the game. Tyreek Hill either a jet sweep touchdown or a short pass that turns into a 60, 50-yard touchdown. Tyler Huntley again, probably maybe a rushing touchdown at some point. He's getting a lot of rushing opportunities. And then Raheem Mostert's back, so he'll probably get a rushing touchdown of his own. A field goal here and there. We get 31 points. And the Patriots stay horrible.
Raheem Mostert's chest is like one hit away from caving in on himself, so I wouldn't bank on him to do that good. The
I wouldn't
Patriots.
bank on the Mario Douglas to win me a football game.
We don't only have Demario Douglas. We have Polk. We have Antonio Gibson. We have Ramondre
Bro,
Stevens.
you're literally about to spend. You're about to bench Ramondre Stevenson.
Not bench. Chill.
Hold up, because I'm gonna read the exact quote right now on my phone.
He's playing like he should be benched, but he's not gonna get benched. He's still a star player out the backfield. And even then, we got Antonio Gibson, so still fine. He's trying to find the Dolphins' last playoff win.
Patriots running back Ramondre Stevenson will not start versus the Dolphins. Antonio Gibson will be the full-time starter. Gerard Mayo.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. We still got Antonio Gibson. So
who's literally got benched on the Commanders for fumbling. The same reason you're benching Ramondre Stevenson. That's gonna be one automatic fumble with one hit from any linebacker. Chop Robinson, boom.
Nah. Just nah. I think we'll win in a really close by one touchdown.
ABC, he doesn't have confidence in his own team. I'm picking my team by I think that's I can't do math. 3 touchdowns.
Let's make a bet. Whoever wins this week, the other person has to wear some merch from the other team. So like if Patriots win, you have to wear my Patriots hat next week.
Boy, I'm gonna go crazy on you if the Dolphins win. I'm down to take that bet.
Okay.
Virtual shake. Virtual shake.
There we go. Okay, yeah, so that's it.
That's it for this episode. Yeah, you go on.
Yeah, so see y'all next week after the Patriots win. So
he means Dolphins.